Welcome to History with Herodotus, where the past comes alive through the lens of rigorous scholarship and poetic expression. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the annals of time, tracing the evolution of one of the world's most captivating cities, Istanbul. From its humble beginnings as Byzantium to its rise as the epicenter of the Ottoman Empire, this city has witnessed the ebb and flow of civilizations, each leaving an indelible mark on its landscape. As we delve into the history of Istanbul, let us first set our gaze upon the Bosphorus Strait, that majestic waterway which has for millennia connected the Black Sea to the Mediterranean and separated two continents, Europe and Asia. Founded by Greek colonizers from Megara in the 7th century BCE, Byzantium was strategically positioned at the crossroads of trade routes, fostering a melting pot of cultures that would become a hallmark of the city's identity. The early history of Byzantium is intertwined with the rise and fall of ancient empires. The city's proximity to the Bosphorus made it an attractive prize for various conquerors, including the Persians under Darius I, who sought to expand their empire into Europe. However, it was not until the arrival of Alexander the Great in the 4th century BCE that Byzantium's fortunes began to shift significantly. Following Alexander's death, his vast empire fragmented, and Byzantium found itself within the realm of the Diadochi, specifically under the control of the Ptolemaic kingdom. As the centuries unfolded, Byzantium continued to thrive as a commercial center, its significance growing with each passing year. The city's fate took a dramatic turn in 324 CE, when Emperor Constantine I, recognizing the strategic importance of Byzantium, chose it as the new capital of the Roman Empire, renaming it Constantinople. This pivotal decision marked the beginning of a new era for the city, one that would see it become the epicenter of Christianity and the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire. Under Constantine's rule, Constantinople underwent a transformation with grand architectural projects and infrastructural developments aimed at solidifying its position as a capital worthy of an empire. The construction of the famous Hagia Sophia, which would become a symbol of the city's engineering prowess and spiritual significance, commenced during this period. As the Byzantine Empire navigated the complex waters of international politics, religious conflicts, and internal power struggles, Constantinople remained a beacon of civilization, attracting scholars, merchants, and travelers from across the known world. The Byzantine Empire's resilience in the face of numerous challenges, including the pressures from expanding Islamic caliphates to the east and the ambitions of European kingdoms to the west, is a testament to its strength and strategic importance. Yet, as with all things, change was inevitable. The seeds of transformation were sown in the early 13th century when the Fourth Crusade resulted in the sack of Constantinople, weakening the Byzantine Empire significantly. It was against this backdrop of decline that the Ottoman Turks, a rising power from Central Asia, began their ascent towards dominance. Led by figures such as Osman Bey and Orhan Gazi, the Ottomans gradually expanded their territories, encroaching upon Byzantine lands. Their military prowess, coupled with innovative tactics and administrative skills, positioned them as a formidable force in the region. As the Ottoman Turks continued their relentless march towards Constantinople, the city's defenses, once thought impenetrable, began to show signs of vulnerability. The year 1326 marked a significant turning point when the Ottomans, under the leadership of Orhan Gazi, captured the strategic city of Bursa, which would eventually become their capital. This conquest not only expanded Ottoman territory, but also brought them closer to their ultimate prize, Constantinople. The 14th century was a period of intense rivalry between the Byzantine Empire and the Ottoman Turks, with both sides engaging in a series of skirmishes and battles for control of the region. In 1347, the Black Death, which had ravaged Europe, arrived in Constantinople, further weakening the city's defenses and paving the way for Ottoman expansion. The Ottomans, however, were not immune to the plague either, and it is said that Orhan Gazi himself lost a significant portion of his army to the disease. Despite these setbacks, the Ottomans persisted in their campaign against Constantinople. In 1354, they captured the city of Gallipoli, which gave them control of the Dardanelles and allowed them to launch naval attacks on the Byzantine Empire. The fall of Gallipoli was a devastating blow to the Byzantines, who were now faced with the very real possibility of being cut off from their allies in Europe. As the Ottoman noose tightened around Constantinople, the city's inhabitants became increasingly desperate. In 1376, the Byzantine Emperor John V Palaeologus was forced to pay homage to the Ottoman Sultan Murad I, acknowledging Ottoman suzerainty over the empire. This humiliating defeat marked the beginning of the end for the Byzantine Empire, which would eventually cease to exist as a sovereign state. The final decades of the 14th century were marked by a series of futile attempts by the Byzantines to regain their lost territories and assert their independence. In 1396, the Ottoman Sultan Bayezid I, also known as the Thunderbolt, launched a devastating campaign against the Byzantine Empire, capturing key cities and fortresses along the way. The fall of the city of Salimbria in 1402 was particularly significant, as it gave the Ottomans control of the entire European coast of the Sea of Marmara. As the 15th century dawned, Constantinople stood alone against the Ottoman tide. The city's walls, once thought invincible, had been breached on several occasions, and its inhabitants lived in constant fear of attack. In 1402, the Byzantine Emperor Manuel II Palaeologus made a desperate appeal to the kings of Europe for aid, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. The city was left to fend for itself, and it would not be long before the Ottomans launched their final assault. The year was 1453, and the fate of the Byzantine Empire hung in the balance. The Ottoman army, led by the young and ambitious Sultan Mehmed II, laid siege to the city in April 1453. The defenders, led by the Byzantine Emperor Constantine XI Palaeologus, put up a valiant fight, but they were vastly outnumbered and outgunned. The Ottomans had developed a new type of cannon known as the basilica, which was capable of firing massive stone balls that could breach even the strongest fortifications. As the Ottoman cannons pounded the city walls, the defenders began to tire. On May 29, 1453, the Ottomans launched a final assault on the city, and after a fierce battle, they breached the walls and poured inside. The Byzantine Emperor Constantine XI Palaeologus was last seen fighting bravely on the ramparts, but his fate remains a mystery to this day. As the Ottoman army poured inside the breached walls of Constantinople, the city was plunged into chaos and destruction. The Byzantine Empire, which had endured for over 1,000 years, finally came to an end. Sultan Mehmed II, now known as the Conqueror, declared himself the ruler of the new Ottoman capital, and set about transforming the city into a thriving Islamic metropolis. The Hagia Sophia, once the epicenter of Orthodox Christianity, was converted into a magnificent mosque, its mosaics and frescoes plastered over with intricate Islamic calligraphy. In the aftermath of the conquest, Mehmed II implemented a series of reforms aimed at revitalizing the city's economy and infrastructure. He encouraged immigration from all over the Ottoman Empire, and soon Constantinople was teeming with merchants, artisans, and scholars from diverse backgrounds. The city's famous bazaars, such as the Grand Bazaar, became hubs of commercial activity, attracting traders from Europe, Asia, and Africa. As the Ottoman historian Tursun Beg wrote, "The conquest of Constantinople was a blessing from God, for it allowed the Sultan to create a new center of Islamic learning and culture, which would shine like a beacon to the world." As the centuries passed, Istanbul, as the city came to be known, continued to evolve and grow. It became a melting pot of cultures, with Muslims, Christians, and Jews living together in a complex web of relationships. The city's strategic location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia made it a crucial hub for trade and diplomacy, and its influence extended far beyond the Ottoman Empire. In the words of the French historian Fernand Braudel, Istanbul was the greatest city in the world, a place where East and West met and where the rhythms of commerce and culture were forever intertwined. Today, the history of Istanbul, from Byzantium to the Ottoman Empire, is remembered as a testament to the enduring power of human creativity and resilience. The city's rich cultural heritage, which spans over 2 millennia, continues to inspire wonder and awe in people from all over the world. Visitors flock to Istanbul to marvel at its stunning architecture, to sample its delicious cuisine, and to experience the vibrant energy of its streets and markets. The legacy of the history of Istanbul. From Byzantium to the Ottoman Empire, can be seen in the many ways it has influenced art, literature, and culture. The city's history has also had a profound impact on the development of international relations, diplomacy, and trade, shaping the modern global economy in ways both seen and unseen. Their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs continue to resonate with us today, reminding us that history is not just a series of dry facts and dates, but a living, breathing tapestry of human experience. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that, to understand the present, we must first understand the past.